Greetings, Pablo. I trust you are well. This video essay will represent my findings on some of the similarities and connections I found between the easy answers and blind spot readings, as well as some of the thoughts that spurred on from this. So, to begin, I believe the core similarity between these two readings is the demand for a new perception of what it means to be an effective or even successful leader, heading into a complicated future where there is a lot of uncertainty and grey area in a world where people much prefer certainty to freedom. There is certainly a similar vein running through both readings with regards to seeking out useful knowledge. The Easy Answers reading speaks of the importance of genuine craft, conversations between real human voices, as well as the need for both markets and employees to be engaging with one another. Indeed, the symbolism of the Berlin Wall is very poignant when used to portray how strict hierarchy and bureaucracy creates a massive barrier between the conversation of the workplace and the conversation of the marketplace. Something that now seems so criminal, as your employees should be the first to consult, as they have the best knowledge to fill the void of the managerial knowledge deficit. This is supported by the blind spot reading, particularly the notion of co-sensing during the U process and going to the places of most potential to gather findings before connecting to the source of inspiration. There is a further aspect of the U process that is most exciting. During the phase of co-creating, the need to prototype the new to explore the future. This forward-minded approach is great because it disrupts the old order in the hunt for growth and goes back to the wise advice that Easy Answers presents. In order to, don't try to keep people from going wrong by repeating the mantra of how to get it right. Getting it right isn't enough anymore. There's no invention in it, no voice. There is also a rich connection between the duality of both asking questions as well as empathic listening with the heart. Indeed, the blind spot reading argues that to really feel how another feels, that we have to really have an open heart, and that only an open heart gives us the capacity to connect directly from another person from within. Become open and thus learn. This passage really spoke to me, and it is so wonderfully supported by Easy Answers, which continues this theme of the flow of connection using the heart as a conduit, this time with listening. Easy Answers speaks to how questions don't predict but rather create the future, and that the best questions for opening up the future come from the heart. This is an interesting sentiment, as just as listening with an open heart allows for new understanding, it suggests that we can actually alter our future paths through the sheer force of emotion, and that's a pretty cool thought. It's definitely something to further reflect on, and perhaps even an opportunity to find ways to incorporate this philosophy into my own life. Ultimately, my takeaway after engaging with these two readings is that transformational leadership with both an open ear and a both an heart is essential for the future development of the working world and the human experience at large, but that it's not that easy to achieve. I mean, when trying to bridge the gap between different stakeholders, each with their own motivations and agendas, either in a macro sense of a large corporation, or even in a micro example of a team meeting at MXCI, attention, intention, and clear communication are so important for building an atmosphere for both creativity but also accountability. To do this well, we need to be aware of all the different social, economic, emotional factors surrounding a project, and at times this can be a bit like walking a tightrope through a particularly dense fog. However, I'm very excited to give it a try during the remainder of our academic year, and we'll see what's in store on the other side of the ravine. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this.